I mean, even like Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, I think they reused... I don't remember, it's been a while since I've played it, but I think they reused a fair amount of like zombie assets. And if you look closely at... A lot of bullets took a while to get to them. And if you look closely at the character models, they all do pretty much look the same, with like different hair and like different color eyes and, you know, slight adjustments. But for the most part, you can see where all the reused assets are. And except they couldn't take any of this. So like the area is completely different. They did have to make a whole new area, but it's pretty plain, all things considered. It's just like it's a school. I mean, considering how popular the school setting is in Japan, because school is such a major part. I mean, school is a major part of all cultures, but more so Japan, especially in their media. I don't imagine it was very difficult to model what they did. I'm sure a lot of those assets could have been like like obtained for free or purchased dirt cheap and just placed. But yeah, Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter really seemed like a rush job with little on offer. Although I do have to say the dialogue in it, there is a lot of dialogue in it. The characters talk a whole bunch, so there's lots of acting on display. The writing, of course, had to get put in. All the various guns and effects, which is like a lot of different details and stuff we haven't seen before. So, you know, there's some work there. I guess I'm gonna have to sword this mudman. Man, I have the sword out. I just did a weird thing just now. I did like a quick jab thing. What was that? I don't know what the hell it was. I guess I'll just never know. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It seemed like a quicker version of the heart grab. Oh boy. I've lost interest though, so it's fine, I don't care. But yeah, Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter, it was, I mean, it doesn't even have, it has some Onechanbara costume DLC that you don't even need a Japanese account to access, which was kind of cool. And I was happy to support the publisher and developer of these games somehow. But when it comes down to it, we really just want more Onechanbara, more and better stuff. I would have been fine with a Z3 game, because I really liked that engine a lot. Oh, forgot that this was a thing again. Although I guess there are technically 2 games in the Z series, only one of which I've played. So actually, I guess I'm looking forward to playing the first Z and the Onechanbara special on PSP. So I got things I can do right now that I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking back on it, I'm not super sure about doing the PSP one. Because I've seen some people complaining that it was a bit difficult in parts. And I don't know how I feel about getting stuck in that game when it also seems to offer little to nothing. Especially, well, I mean, this game offers little to nothing in way of lore and story anyways, but... yeah, so that might not end up being a full LP. Maybe it'll just be a one-off, maybe I'll just try it out. It'll be an experiment as it goes. I mean, I could just do a bunch of research and know more about the game. And that seems like the responsible thing to do, but I don't want to do that. I want to experience it for the first time when I play it. I had also entertained the idea of like preemptively translating it, because I don't think, I also looked up if there's any patches or translation guides, and there is not. There's like nothing. So what I considered doing, for the sake of making streaming it easier, was just like watch an LP, skip to the cutscenes, and then translate the text, and then just have it written down. But I don't really think there's a full one available. A memory from back when the original Reiko was a genetic researcher. In the middle of the Human Genome Project, Reiko encountered the baneful blood. Captivated by its mysteries, Reiko went as far as to clone herself to complete her experiments. She confirmed that injecting living subjects with bodily fluids from undead cellular apoptosis would transform them into the undead. Of even greater significance was the fact that injecting a subject with baneful blood could create the same effect, but multiplied 100-fold. Furthermore, certain rare individuals existed who were capable of withstanding the incredible stresses placed upon them by the baneful blood. If those with this special DNA are injected with baneful blood, then, similarly to the cellular apoptosis, an even faster rate of supercell division started, increasing stem cells and essentially causing a total renewal of every cell in the individual's body within a few short hours. But it didn't stop here. In addition, exposing these subjects to enough undead blood triggered an even faster rate of apoptosis and stem cell regeneration. However, the existence of an individual capable of surviving this final stage of supermutation is yet to be confirmed. In all cases so far, the apoptosis rate always slightly overtakes the rate of regeneration. The Reiko who died in this experiment became the first human to die from acquired baneful blood syndrome. Wow, we're actually learning a shit ton through Reiko's story. Way more, like the previous sisters was just, I have the baneful blood, life is hard, I don't understand anything. And this is just like, hey, here's some facts. I mean, it's all just jargon facts, sure. I understand little to none of it. What stem cells have to do with it? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But there's lots of fancy keywords here. I gotta wonder how much of it was made up. Because this was translated from Japanese, and I find that the more deep the subject, the harder it is to nail what the original translation was going for. You know, the phrase lost in translation. I feel like something as deep as what I've just read would definitely be lost in translation. Because I don't speak Japanese. I'm not gonna play this game in Japanese. I don't even understand what was said to me just now in English. I do like the blood effects though. The blood effects in these are nice. I feel like geysers and sprays are always a lot harder to do than just splattering decals on everything. Like Splatterhouse had a really great gore effects. They worked super hard on pretty much just that. Oh my god, the fucking legs too. Why don't we switch it up? That fucking aimer over here, look at this. Where'd it go? Well, I mean, once it's far away enough, it is gone. Oh no, it's still on screen, just not on my TV screen. It's up there in the corner of the capture screen though, because my TV is, for whatever reason, slightly zoomed. Oh, these seem to penetrate too. Shit, man. Well, it's a Mudman anyways. Hey. Oh, I guess I'll grab the one from this guy too. Okay, back to the penetrating guns. Oh, see, I just saw bullet lines coming at me. Yeah, see, that guy's got bullet lines. They're real slow. I don't get bullet lines. The way all the bits fly off is really cool, too. I like that. I like it when bits fly off, what can I say? Alright, another short one. We were created to supplement the original Reiko, who had cast off her human form. A Reiko who continues our research. A Reiko who is injected with baneful blood and dies for our cause. A Reiko who fights the baneful blood. Many different Reikos are born, and then die. We, a single organism, are linked like human twins, sharing the experiences and memories of each Reiko. The joy of baneful blood can bring and the pain of death. No matter how many of the expendable clones die, so long as the original exists, we essentially have eternal life. And yet when we learned the truth of the baneful blood, fear still shook us. No matter what, the baneful blood must be cut off. An aspect of humanity. So, like with the... You chewed a bit off of me. So, like with the previous girl stories, now we've just evolved to pondering the blood and complaining about it. It's always about the baneful blood, isn't it? Why can't we focus on other things? Like what we had for dinner. What we want to do with our lives. Oh, I guess Saki kind of does that. She wants to be a normal girl, and Aya wants Saki to be a normal girl. But this dang baneful blood. It is kind of cool learning about the undead, though. It was actually one thing that we haven't encountered yet. At least I don't think we have in this game is a plane level. Because there's a pretty lengthy plane section in There's a pretty lengthy plane section in the 360 one. I feel like the thing that would work really well with these guys is just the machine gun. They're so hoppy and annoying. They need fast bullets. This one needs many fast bullets. But yeah, we haven't encountered a plane yet. Maybe they were gonna put the plane, and then they realized a thing that I pointed out from the first one, the fact that zombies could just crawl out of the floor of a plane is pretty fucking stupid. Like, it works in a lot of places. Here, for example, it works great. It's just like rocks and dirt and grass. In a city, maybe they crawl out of the concrete. It's a bit tough to do that, but I'll buy it, sure. But like on a plane, where it's like, you know, not only is the hull of a plane hard to penetrate, much like concrete that I was just gonna let slide. You also have to consider that there's not a lot of space under the hull of a plane. Like, it's just like, what, like maybe like less than a meter of like really important stuff. I guess like the structure of the plane, the thing keeping everything secure. There's not really space for the undead to be. But yeah, plane hulls are supposed to be very strong. And the space between the floor of a plane and the outside of a plane is a bit, but it should be packed full of stuff to make it secure. I'm not an expert on planes, so that's why I'm sounding really stupid when I say important stuff. But I gotta assume that there's no room for the undead. It's just simply not a thing planes can do, is have undead come out of the ground. And that may just be why we haven't seen that here. Just my theory, I don't know. I feel like someone was writing and they had a really cool idea. They're like, yeah, Saki's kidnapped. Gotta get on a plane, a big old plane carrier. It's gonna be cool. And then they made a plane level like, yeah, it's gonna be cool. And they're like, wait, so the undead just come out of the ground of the plane? And they're like, yeah, of course. Wait, okay. Alright. That is stupid. I think because I just want to pump. Like, I cut it out in between stages, but there's a bit of leveling up to do. It's the exact same as in the 360 version. You level up your vitality, power, and reach. Guns have kind of unlimited reach, so there's not much point in upgrading that. Like, yeah, it increases the sword's reach, but when it comes down to it, it doesn't want me to use the sword as Reiko, because we've been using the sword the whole time as the other girls. So reach I don't really need to put any points into. Looks like some of this shit. And vitality, not nearly as important, because if you're always shooting from far away, things aren't close enough to damage you. Of course, it'll be useful in boss fights where you definitely might get rushed by a boss. Oh yeah, it's my favorite part. Where I gotta do this jump that doesn't look like it should fucking work. There it is. Still doesn't look like it should work. It happens once each playthrough. We always come to that spot. Oh, here's another thing to consider. This fucking bridge. Is something gonna come out of the ground on this bridge? Waiting for it. Alright, see? No, they were smart about it. They only put birds, and then put all the Zambambos at the end of the bridge. Because if something came out of the ground of this bridge, all these guys, I guess they spawned at the other side. It was supposed to be an ambush. But I really only needed to defeat the group that was ahead of me. In fact, I didn't even really need to defeat them. There was no barrier telling me that I had to. That's probably happened every time I've crossed this bridge, and I just didn't think to notice. I was just coming back for the birds because I felt bad for leaving them there. So I guess as far as leveling up goes, I'm just going to put most of my points into power. She'll just be a glass cannon. But look at how OP it is. Now that I realize that the bullets have penetrating, and I can just pump up power, it's super good. I feel like if you were going for a trophy, not that this Wii game has any, or if you're trying to unlock something that's just like based on kill amount. Wait, this leads to a goddess statue save chamber. That's usually a side thing. Let's take a look at that map. Okay, it wants me to just keep going that way then. Yeah, I'm not even that bloodied up, so I'm just gonna keep on this path. Yeah, if I just up this, if I just only up power. I wonder if reach maybe increases how fast your bullets reach them. Because I mean, from that distance, it seemed a little silly. I would really like a thing that gave me the fucking balls faster. Well, I mean, I guess with a gun, because I'm killing them far away, I might be able to get, like, the yellow ball might have dropped by the time I reach the corpse. So that's kind of something, I guess. I'm trying to lock onto that bird, but the game isn't allowing it. I think I killed it by accident. Let's just slash it up a wee bit, just for funsies. It's a little close quarters and everything's just leaping right into the slash zone. Also, I accidentally pressed that button because I assumed it was the gun change button. I just keep thinking the style change button is the gun change and then just committing to it and pretending that I did it on purpose. That's more or less how everything in my life goes, is I made a mistake but I'm committing to it so it looks like I did it on purpose. And then I'm just making it seem like I know what I'm doing. That's how things go at work too. It's just like, yeah, I regret this decision, but I'm standing by it because that is my duty as a responsible adult. The thing I don't like about when that happens is I get all spun around and then I don't remember which way I was going. Okay, it's just right here. Everything looks so same-ish, you know, it's hard to tell. See, look at how long it took those bullets to reach that guy. Let's take a look-see here. I'm gonna lock onto this guy. Look at that. It takes so long for a bullet, sometimes it doesn't even reach it. The bullets just get tired and hit the ground. So today, I was having a bit of a lazy day, and I decided I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna watch one of my goofy Japanese gore flicks. Because there are actually some that I haven't seen yet. I've seen quite a few. Some I deemed good enough to own, so I own a couple too. But I had a couple in my like downloads folder. I have a couple that I'm trying to download and have been for a while, but they're really hard to obtain because they're not popular. No one likes these films, and that's fine. No one should like these films. They're just for me. But I was Amazon Prime has been a thing lately, as of the time of this stream, because Prime Day was a big deal. So everyone's excited about Prime deals. Not me though, because I'm Canadian, so there wasn't really any Prime deals. There just weren't any Prime deals really. It's just crap for Canada. We get shafted on Black Friday too. I don't know, I guess only Americans are poor enough to need deals that bad. Oh, just kidding. I am so thrifty. I'm very jealous of your deals. I would have bought a ton of shit if I could, but I did not because I could not. Switch back to sword, take care of these guys real quick. There we go. But, ooh, 2 more mudmen. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Grab these balls, then come back and grab their balls. But, so it got me thinking, like, hey, what Amazon Prime Video? That's a thing that exists. That came up in my searches when I was looking for potential deals that I could enjoy. And I remembered that a while ago, well, actually, last Halloween, we did a thing where each of us picked a Halloween-themed movie. There was the 3 of us, and we were watching at a friend's house, and my pick was Meatball Machine Kodoku, because it's new and it's a stupid, silly gore movie. Everyone hated it, by the way, of course, as they should have. But wait, switch back to guns because guns are cool. And it got me thinking, like, oh shit, some of these. There's a couple movies I haven't seen yet because I just simply cannot. I have not been able to obtain them. They're super rare and obscure and unpopular. And then I remembered Kodoku Meatball Machine was on Amazon Prime Video. So I was like, okay, maybe that has a couple more obscure things on it. And the answer is, yeah, a ton of obscure garbage. Not the good garbage though. Because I saw a trailer on there for Ghost Squad, and it was like from the same creators of Mutant Girl Squad, which was very good, and Robo Geisha, which is just okay, worth watching once, I'd say, if even. And I was like, yeah, cool. It's from some guy. It's from a guy that's done a couple movies I've liked. I want in on this. And I watched it today, and it was pretty awful. It was boring and stupid. Like, it was a little sexy at times, but it was like kind of shoehorned. The scene that was like the sexy scene was just kind of shoehorned in and really stupid and cringy. And like, I get it, those movies are very cringy, but it's usually laughable cringe. Whereas this was just lame, uncomfortable cringe. Like, yeah, I'm just simply not enjoyable and kind of boring. So yeah, I'll recommend quite a few shitty Japanese movies, but I will not recommend Ghost Squad. It was dumb and a waste of time, hardly enjoyable at all. It was like, it wasn't over the top enough. The story was like dragging on, and it wasn't interesting, and it was kind of boring. Nothing was really happening that was cool or entertaining. And I don't know why it was made. But I mean, we still got winners like Mutant Girl Squad. That's a squad right there that I'd introduce to my mother any day. And of course, despite whatever that director's name is, I forgot his name. His I think he also did Dead Sushi, which I haven't seen. I'm not really in a hurry to see, because apparently most of his movies are not winners. Like, I guess just one. But, Yoshihiro Nishimura, that's a guy with a way better track record when it comes to the stupid gore movies. He has a lot more, and I've liked a lot more. The thing that I thought that, like, really got me interested in Ghost Squad was, the fact that it just came out in, like, 2018. Because a lot of these are, like, kind of old. A lot of them, like, not much newer than, like, 2010 at the most, so that this, like, Kodoku Meatball Machine was a couple years ago. It's relatively new. The newest one that's worth watching, I suppose. But Ghost Squad, yeah, it was super new, so I'm like, oh, cool, maybe it's gonna be, like, alright, but it might as well have came out a decade ago and was still unimpressive by those standards. Too bad. I think it was like, because it was actually a friend let me use his account, because he's like, yeah, I have Prime, but I never use Prime Video, so you're welcome to watch whatever you want on it. And the only other thing that was on there was Killing Bites, which is, it doesn't look great, but I think it was an anime I put in my plan to watch list simply because it looked okay. But I mean, anime is so easy to obtain online that you don't really need a Twitch thing. I mean, you got Crunchyroll, you got Kiss Anime. There's so many options for getting anime. Torrents are easy to come by, very easy. So I guess I kind of saw everything that Amazon Prime Video has to offer me when it was bad. Admittedly, I've also watched The Tick. I didn't watch it on Amazon Prime Video, but I know it's an Amazon original, and I did really like The Tick. That was a fun show. Ow! Excuse me. You know what? Because you shot me with a shotgun, I'm gonna shoot you with a shotgun, see how you like it. You do not appear to like it one bit. Neither do these legs. I mean, even if you were to assume zombies were fine coming out of this surface, that's even a bit of a push, because it's clearly a rock. More so than dirt. This is a cave, man. It's mostly rock. That's really hard to burrow out of. I'm thinking way too much about this when I really shouldn't be. And now look at this. This is like concrete and tile and stuff.